If I had to choose a way for the world to end, I would definitely pick the zombie invasion. Much easier to survive. But when you think about how, if it's so easy to survive, why there would be so many zombies? Why would the world end? Well, not everyone has the same knowledge. Tons of fat people and all that. There's so many reasons why people will die easily during zombie invasion. Most of which being unknowing what they're dealing with. Some people will try to cut them down, not going for headshots or attacks with their chosen bladed weapon. If you were going to use a bladed weapon, if you can find an antique katana, that would be the best. Because katanas are made for cutting people. They're also made for beheading too. In a sort of sense, because samurais had to prove themselves by bringing back the head of someone they've slain. Ooh. A really good melee weapon, in my opinion, probably the best one, would be a blunt instrument known as a pry bar. It works just like a crowbar. In fact, it pretty much is a crowbar, only longer. Probably about the size of this nodashi, which is a long katana. A pry bar is a multitasker. Aside from killing zombies, you can use it to open a door, a crate, many things. Plus, it's made to be abused. A lot easier to find than an antique katana. Something else like an aluminum bat would work, but those would start to deform after a while. They're not as meant to take much abuse. But they are lightweight, and you could probably wield them single-handedly if you're carrying someone else or on your shoulder who just got cut by a piece of debris from a grenade or whatever. It's your call, really. Not only that, though, it's not only the weapon, it's how you use it. That is the one thing all weapons have in common as a fault: user error. Good places to go if the zombie invasion is light enough: your house would be a good place, or apartment building, as long as it's on a second floor at least. One-story houses, zombies could easily fall through a window, break down a door, even if they are barricaded. Water. Do not approach it if you cannot see through it. If the zombie invasion really is the end of all mankind, then pretty much just try not to go near it if you cannot see through it. Sorry, my dog is just wanting out. A good place to hide or catch your breath, as it will, would be most graveyards. Why? Because they're surrounded by cages on all sides, and even if the ones that are already dead turn into zombies, I firmly believe that zombies can only be created from living people. They would not be able to dig out of 6 feet of dirt and most likely metal coffin that they're in. If they're in a wood coffin, then it is most likely have rotted already, as well as the corpse within. Not to mention, to preserve corpses, they fill them with this goo. I don't remember the name, but it slows down the decomposition and then from deflating, from losing all air and most likely liquids if they're, say, stabbed to death. Especially for they used to when they put them in funerals, etc. of the nature. You wouldn't want a grody, rotten corpse to look at, would you? Yeah, that's why there's close class at funerals. If you just lost your safe house, and you need a rest to plan your next move, a graveyard is a good place because it is fenced on all sides around by a cage. But if it's near a church, do not go near it. People will flee to churches, thinking they're a safe haven. And I'm not trying to be sacrilegious towards religions or any of that. By all means, pray to your God, if you have one. I mean, I certainly wouldn't. I would definitely pray to my God in the event of a zombie invasion. But religion is beside the point. You absolutely must have places to go, because your home cannot be the only place. I mean, not everyone has a home to begin with. Homeless people and all that. But their survival rates are pretty low when it begins, considering they have no place to go to, and people don't exactly trust homeless people. But they can still break into a store after the zombie invasion has begun, get a bat, hockey stick, or farmer's tool, something to kill zombies with. Be sure you pack light, because if you're going to be on the run, you want to be able to run. Hence why it's called On the Run. Try to avoid crowded areas, especially crowded cities, like Vegas, LA, New York, major cities. I hope these tips help. I'll see you in the